Dan here. DD Speed Shop. This is my favorite corner of the garage lately. I put it down here so when I come out, I get to see this. Anyway, this is a bit of I need your help and I have questions. And you know what I've learned? If you want to get any advice, just make a YouTube video because there's some whether you like it or not. So I've got some stuff. This is like, well, old school stuff and a combination of stuff I've never really kind of seen. I don't know what kind of prototype, maybe some people know about it. But about 2 weeks ago, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace and ignore these awesome carburetors. This came up and it was advertised as a Whipple screw blower for, carburation, I guess would be the word for it. And maybe I should have done a little bit better job because there was an article. Should I read the article? You want to do it over? Are we gonna like?
You should read it, yeah.
Hang on. This was. What
do
was
you know
it?
how to read?
I can't do two things at once. Whipple 2.1 carb blower. We'll see if that came up. Oh, here we go. So here's what it is. This is an old school hotrod.com from 1997. The Whipple 2100R Supercharger. And essentially, a supercharger. I can read, I can't talk. Two different things, Danielle. Two different things. Is the quintessential hot rod part. It's that big polished chunk of aluminum that sits, all this junk. So it says what supercharger is. So obviously, we know this being a 671. I really want to put this on something. And then this, we've got two of these. We have one on another car. Maybe we should put this on your truck. I don't know. This is like the little guy. So this is like a root style deal. What? I can read, I can't talk, and I have ADHD for hot rods. So this was, I think, before Whipple was Whipple, to a certain extent is the kind of information I got off of this thing. It was, Art Whipple, or whatever the guy's name was. This thing here, Art Whipple bolted one of the new 2100R 2.1 liter per revolution blowers on a 355 Chevy. Took place at Ken Duttweiler's dyno in California, yada, yada, yada. Now, the way this is this is a screw blower versus like a roots kind of deal blower, which I assume just means whatever is kind of on the inside. So you can see this one, how its rotors are. Now I believe on these ones, it rotates and it compresses the air on the sides of the case. And that's kind of how that works. And this one, I guess it's the same, but you can see how it's a much different deal. Now, I don't know anything about superchargers. I know very little about hot rods. But what I do know is at work, that one's dead. They're all dead. You had everything unplugged, camera lady. We have compressors, and we've been upgrading them to screw compressors. So they're very quiet, and they produce a pile of CFM in a hurry. So,
What's CFM?
Cubic feet per minute of air, or whatever you want to look at it. So that was the deal here. Now, this is where the lore of this, because this one article of all the research I did is all I could find out. I bought it off a guy, and he bought it off an old timer who's having an estate sale. So who knows what this is? It looks to be in good shape. It's missing a couple of little bolts here and there. There's not much to it. I'm hoping it's okay. The article doesn't describe a whole lot. At the back here, there's some sort of little vacuum deal, which I guess maybe it can be hooked to something and then it can run, I don't know, off the intake can kind of come through and run out the back. So if you don't want to be under boost, I don't really know. But the way this works is it has obviously a flange at the top for a carburetor. And instead of this coming with its own intake manifold, it has a Dominator, I believe, deal here. And so what this came with, no, none of this is going to work. Is that how it works? I don't know. Oh, maybe that just goes onto the intake manifold and that goes on top. So this, is that how it's going to work? Well, I didn't really look at this too closely, Danielle, I'm not going to lie. We might have to build some sort of a adapter. But this is going to fit on top of any intake manifold, and then obviously your carburetor goes on top. So it's a little bit different than this, where the intake and all that is together. I don't know how it's going to work. This is just what I got. It was very cheap. It came with a miscellaneous pulley. It's an 8-rib deal. So we'll obviously have to figure out our spacing so it all kind of runs. What I'm thinking I might try and accomplish is have this run just on a serpentine belt setup with an alternator and all that sort of stuff, and then either a tensioner or like a screw, you know, tensioner, like old school kind of deal, and kind of have that. This is future whatever. If you guys have ever seen this, I'd love to know about it. Now, the way this article reads, they tested on a 30 over 350 bow tie block, 7.5 to 1 compression. Heads were Brodix aluminum heads, 185cc intake port, nothing too crazy. Urson hydraulic roller, 230 degrees of duration, or 230 degrees at, yeah. I mean, it's a generic camshaft, 1.5 roller rockers, nothing crazy, half-inch lift deal. They bolted this thing on and they played with it, and what the article says, now it's in Hot Rod, so this isn't just the internet, it's in a Hot Rod magazine at hotrod.com that they put in. This 355 cranked out 705 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM and 632 horsepower at 5,400 RPM. Now, they didn't dyno this motor before, which I wish they would have, but the guys were saying, and this is dyno people, said that it should have made between 400 and 450 horsepower, which basically means this bolt-on deal on a small block Chevy was a 40% power increase. So, I don't know if there's any. There was a picture here of what it looked like. Maybe Danny can even just put it up on the internet. But that's the blower. Well, it is what it is. So it's kind of, you know, that's how they ran it, with a big kind of snorkel or whatever, or a snubber plate there. So we'll see. They ran it off just a SERP belt. I don't know. It's neat. There's $1,000. It is what it is. I'm on a bit of a blower kick. I'd like to see if I get it figured out. I've been watching this guy, I don't know his name, on Instagram, but he's basically putting miscellaneous old superchargers on any kind of motor and just building these, I don't want to say cobbled or rough, because I know he's trying to do, but just whatever it is, and makes it fit on an engine stand and has a car that runs, which is super cool. What I'd like to do, well, actually what we need to do here, so John and Cecil have parts, almost all of it, of a engine dyno, and I've been pushing them to get their engine dyno going. For some reason, they're a little lazy. It's like they got other things to do in life. So if you guys could leave a comment saying, John and Cecil, get the blower going, or the dyno going, because then I'd like to do is make this fit, like we have all sorts of small block Chevys, and have it fit, so it's like a bolt together kit, just like kind of this would be, which will be some engineering, but then go and have like a 400 horsepower small block Chevy, which we happen to be building one there. It's probably like a 350 horse small block. And then just bolt all this on and then see what happens. Because then we could actually prove what's right. Because I already hear the naysayers. I get it. It looks like a little restriction, all these things. Hey, it is what it is. I'm just reading the Hot Rod article. I think it's very cool. That's that. Now, the next thing for Hot Rod lore. So again, if you guys know anything about this, if you have any thoughts about it, if you have any links to anything, I've tried Googling it. I can't find nothing. So I need to figure it all out. I think it'd be exciting, fun to try. Speaking of John, he sends me a text. I was literally looking at Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, oh, a guy's selling a bunch of Predator carburetors, 4 of them in a box. 2 were decent, 2 were parts, and then there's this box up there was full of miscellaneous gaskets and stuff. I don't know. I don't know much about these. I tried reading on them. That's just kind of cool. I never even read this book before installing. So actually, Danny ran out and got these things. The guy was super cool, apparently, to deal with. So this was, what was it called before Predator? Height. Some guys climbing. I don't know. Carburetor, and eventually it turned into these Predator deals. And I believe it's a variable Venturi. So it can flow anywhere from like 300 and some CFM all the way up to 900 or something like that in the very small amount of research I did. Now, this one has the side piece off. There ain't really a whole lot to it. There's like an accelerator pump on the back. I guess the float and everything is on that side. It's kind of strange to have this super tiny intake for fuel and stuff, but whatever. Now, I think, so I tried doing some Googling and some YouTubing, and again, this is where the internet is full of experts, so you guys can let me know how this all works. I was always under the impression these were kind of wide open throttle race car carburetor deals, and I think maybe that's the amateur, you don't really know what you're talking about attitude, which is exactly what I am. So I'm talking to John about it. He's like, oh, can you go pick these up, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no problem. Well, then I'm like, aren't these kind of like super race stuff? And he's going to put them on I believe a blown hot rod deal he's working on. But then he says, well, Bigfoot had them and Bigfoot idle around the arenas. I'm like, sold me on it. They must be able to work. So I don't know anything about these things, but then John said, you should put it on something. We just happened to be working on Danny's 56 Chevy half-ton, getting ready for winter. I put a heater on it and ordered some electric wipers. So this one here, I think, was the most complete carburetor. There's a bunch of funny things. The small amount of research I did or could find, there's these little flaps on the top that are actually like rubber, and below them is like a little, I don't know, gate, I guess that allows the kind of flow through. There's like a trap door at the bottom that opens up, and that's that. So this one I filled with fuel, and obviously the accelerator pump works. So
Do it again.
I think it might be out of gas. I don't know nothing about these things. It looks like there's nothing to it. I have done nothing. I'm not going to open it. All I had was, unfortunately, for the fitting I had was just 3/16 fuel line, which is clearly too small. But I think we'll put it on this hot rod. I'm trying to even look to see if it's going to be a hassle, but I don't think, I mean, it should all just fit. We'll take it off. We'll have to make some sort of a goofy fuel line, put it on there, and see if we can fire this thing up. And basically, I'm Bigfoot, is the way I see this, so.
You're Bigfoot, all right.
So I don't know. We're gonna put this thing on, see if we can make it work. I hope that just regular gaskets and stuff will kind of fit. It looks like it's just kind of square bore things. There's a whole bunch of research about these and how they kind of worked and all that sort of stuff, but the actual tuning of it and stuff, there's only a few guys I saw on the internet, and people are selling these for like $300-600 a carburetor, so I think John got a heck of a deal because he did not pay anywhere near that. And yeah, we'll see what we can accomplish. So I'm going to peel this one off. This thing was just running. It actually is running really well right now, which is nice. Rare for us. That's why it's for sale. I was trying to sell it. Shop bills came in. The deposit was a big one. But I think I might come to my senses and we're going to maybe keep driving it. But I'd like to put this thing on there and see if we can maybe just drive around the yard a little bit. Honestly, I just want to do it to show John and give him a hard time about the dyno. So again, if you guys know anything about those screw blowers, let me know, because I know nothing about it. It might just sit on the shelf because it looks pretty there. It's like a piece of art. It's the Mona Lisa. And again, John Cecil, give him a hard time about the dyno. That's super important. And I'll start taking this apart and see if we can scab this together and make something kind of work today real quick. I think it'll be a fun little Sunday, Danielle. Okay, so this thing has nada for vacuum. So that's fine, I guess. This thing, unfortunately, does have a lot of vacuum-operated items, such as the brakes. I don't really know. I guess it just goes that way. Well, I think they might run these sideways. I have no idea, but I'm just thinking from a linkage standpoint, that's what we're going to do. And then the fuel line can kind of come around, and then I mean, everything just seems like it kind of works. A lot of guys called this like a bit of a fuel injection almost deal.
I heard everybody calling this a toilet.
Yeah, a toilet bowl or something like that. So anyway, I'm gonna, I guess, lock this sucker down, and we'll have to, I guess, just see. There shouldn't be any vacuum leaks. We actually could probably just tie the brakes into this for the time being. I guess let's just get it running first. The real one is going to have no vacuum advance to the distributor, which will affect the drivability of this ridiculous carburetor that I don't even know if it'll, I have no idea. Plus, this carburetor might be junk, it might be full of whatever, it might need taken apart. Like, we're not doing any of that. We're just gonna see if we can get it together and let it rip. It'd be nice if we could just drive around the yard with a Predator. You know what we should do? If we put this carburetor on your 79 Ford, that would actually be like Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot was a 73, maybe? I actually don't really know, but that would be the real deal. But we're the Temu Chevrolet version of Bigfoot. We're Littlefoot. We're like the dinosaur. Okay. Well, I'll get this locked in. We'll get some throttle linkage on it. We'll see what we can get going for some vacuum. Maybe we can tie a few things together and see what we end up with. So, upon looking at this, there's no like throttle screw or anything. The few videos I have seen, the guys are running them sideways. We had dual on them, so I have no clue what's going to happen here. And I didn't hook up this, which I guess it's kind of a bit of a goofy spot, but let's that's throttle, baby. But we'll see if it'll just fire up, and then we can go from there. Is it perfect? Is it just mint? Is that what happened? All right, let's hook up the throttle linkage. We gotta drive it. That was way better than I thought it was gonna be. There is some real tomfoolery there. So we got a 3/8 metal line jammed into a 5/16 rubber line, jammed into a 3/16 with 2 clamps on it. So she custom. She real custom. Oh, it's a little smoky in here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna take the bits off of this. I just need that little thing there. I don't know if I can do it with my, oh, it might be a 2-wrench thing. But it smells rich, I will say. Why go get the tool when we can just use whatever was on the workbench? Shameless plug, Danielle? Is that what just happened there?
No, but good idea. Go buy your merch.
I can't wait to show this to John. I'm actually excited. We should put this video up in a different order.
We will. I'll just place it in like this week.
Because I think this is
right now. Well,
hilarious. Oh, okay, so this is recent.
Yeah.
There will be snow tomorrow. Okay, I'll.
But the order, Danielle. The order. It doesn't matter.
Danielle, what about the order for the people?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Well, let's just, you know what? They don't even know, but the Chevelle's already done. Well, that'll do something. Okay. Well, let's, well, I'm not done. I had to go get the proper tools. Hey, have you sent my other Leatherman away yet?
No.
What? That's been like months.
No, I forgot to take it with me. It's been like 2 weeks.
Well, if you would have sent it in already, I would have had it.
No, it takes forever to get back.
Yeah, well, I'd like it back in 2026. They do give you a free warranty or whatever, lifetime warranty, but at their
Leisure.
leisure. Same as DD Speed Shop.
We don't provide light.
You'll get the shirt when you get the shirt. But we
That
get
part is true.
But we get the money now.
Oh, I do usually do like the same day or next day shipping, unless it's the weekend.
This is a little. Yeah, I guess it is. Well, maybe I can do it that way. Oh, I wonder if you just adjust the idle of this thing. What the? Based on the. Ow! How come this went on okay, but or. Here, just turn the camera off while I have a little fit here.
Why are you so out of breath?
So, this might interfere just a little bit. Really, we need a side deal. If I have something we can make work in the wall of miscellaneous, that might do it. Just run the throttle piece through there. We'll see what it does. If it doesn't hang the throttle wide open, I'm gonna say it's fine. It idles a little fast. I think we just have a little bit too much tension on that cable. That's where it wants to be, but you can slow it down. Probably just adjust that. Wow, I'm kind of jealous that John bought these. I seen them, I was like, oh, that'd be kind of neat. I should have bought one, but I was like, oh, there's no way this is gonna be able to be driven or anything. What size China is it? Yep. So, loosen that.
These DD Speed Shop lights sure are powerful.
Buy one so I can buy a carburetor off John.
Available at ddspeedsshop.ca. Buy yours today.
Is that website still going?
Yes.
It didn't get shut down yet?
It's thriving.
Thriving. Wow, that's a word. Okay. I guess the other thing, now that we have that, what if I could put a T into everything for the brakes and the vacuum advance to work, because that'll make life a little bit happier. Do we have some miscellaneous big to little T's, Danielle? Where's Amazon? Screw this. We do not. That will be too big for the vacuum advance. What are these? Oh, just And then I figured it out. This will be some tomfoolery, but it'll all work. We'll come back and I'll just show you because it's ridiculous.
The Dan foolery.
Excuse me. Yes. Can I have one of those super fancy lights? Okay, so what we're gonna do is this thing. I put on a carb spacer because I wanted to run PCV and the power brake. I wanted them off their own. Well, who's running a light here? So what we're gonna do is we'll tie that one into that one, which will do that, which is a little hokey poke. And then we need, is there any 3/8 fuel, or is 5/16 there, I guess? What do we have? What do we have? Oh, this already has a fitting on it. So we have to now neck that piece down. Actually, we could, no. Neck that piece down. This. So we'll jam this into this. And then I had some 1/4-inch vacuum line, which might just fit. What did I do with it? Just had it. I think it's fuel line on that side, is it not? Not that it really matters, I guess, but I thought vacuum line might be a little easier to, oh, right here. Just store that where I would store it. So this into this. I need to sneak by you, Skinny. And then we'll just go under. I wonder if I could make this actually just, this might be a bit of a stretch. This one needs repair too. The saw don't come out. Oh no, the valve cover. Okay. Oh, maybe. Nice. Vacuum line to the wind. Okay. Again, I think that's basically what Bigfoot would do. You want to see if it'll drive? Are all the tools out?
Well, you're not.
What?
It's fine, right? Have a good time. You said, are all the tools out? I said, well, you're not in it.
Seems fine. I can't do donuts in this one. I tried doing donuts yesterday, but there's too many cranks, and then I ended up. Just want to go for a little drive? Okay, let's get off the front street so people don't know the list of your fears. So it free revs, well, car, no problem, but it's definitely under like light acceleration. Well, light's not bad, but like mid acceleration, she's not super well. Also, the car's cold. I mean, well, honestly, there, if you lay into it just kind of slow. There's a little tip-in thing, which is not super happy, but that could be the carburetor's full of junk. It's got whatever, the seals are all dried up in it. The accelerator pump's not super happy. Just right off idle, you can feel it just a little bit where it labors. But what it does like is wide open throttle. It's much happier about that. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't have low gear. We only, well, oh, throttle stuck. That would have been a problem. Hopefully it just popped off. It also smells like coolant. I'll just fix this real quick. So, the throttle, the thing came right out of it. Obviously, this thing had more give to it. Now it's a little tiny Allen, which I don't think. Well, maybe we can finagle something. Oh, we might Leatherman our way out of this, and then just easily motor on home. Boy, is this twisted. Well, I feel like I'm basically the outdoor boys here or something. Just making it happen out of nothing, Danielle. Oof. Don't want to butcher this cable. A little piece of tape would be friggin' sweet right about now. Or something. It's just frayed a little where it was obviously squished. And we got most of it in there. Gugh. Awkward. Luckily we brought no tools. I was that confident. This is not... I feel like I'm going to poke my finger really good with this too, which is going to be less than ideal. Okay, well, you know what though? This will loosen a bunch. All right, let's just send her home and see what happens here. Oh, I don't want to butcher this because I want to drive this thing. Oh, gentle, gentle.
It's only like a 20-minute walk home.
Yeah, but we have a Predator carburetor, and I'm just gonna fix it with a Leatherman, which, as it turns out, the tip of this is exactly the Chinese size we need. Ouch. Oh, I did poke myself. I knew it was coming. Okay. I think that'll make... Oh, now I gotta screw... Ow! Oh! Ow! Man, a little bit of electrical tape right now would be sweet. And I don't know why this is so unbelievably awkward.
At least everything's hot.
Why? Like, I mean, I know I'm not the strongest guy here, but I don't think I need Lou Ferrigno here to... Okay, there we go. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Think we'll make her home now? I'm super confident. It broke again. Think we can just idle it home? See if it'll pull high gear. Honestly, the fact that this thing's gonna idle us home, that alone is impressive enough. I'm sold on the Predator carburetor. Well, now instead of a 20-minute walk, it's probably like a 18-minute idle. I think we can just run this stop sign. Just to keep the flow going here. Sorry, County Mounties.
It's an emergency.
Someone really has done a bunch of black marks on this road here.
And it's not you.
That one was me.
Oh.
And the one at the stop sign was me. Oh no, I mean it wasn't me, right. Oh, honestly, it's actually kind of a nice drive. You know, this is the classic. Oh, we got second gear. This is the classic.
This is downhill a little.
But this is the definition of broken down versus breaking down. We ain't broke down. Okay, so really the issue with the carburetor was the linkage, which I should have just done. It's probably pulling sideways and got jammed on the carburetor. All these things I should have done differently and didn't. But we should be able to cruise this thing right into the house. No one coming. Just take it. Man, we're really putting some speed in, actually.
Squeal them tires, baby.
Yeah, it's just rubbing. Actually, this isn't really too bad of a drive.
I'm quite enjoying myself.
We're definitely... Oh, speedometer stopped working. We gotta be going 10 miles an hour. Faster than any of our viewers are running, eh? Hey, I'm part of it, don't worry. Man, this thing's really starting to go. We don't have any more throttle. What we could have done, which would have almost been funnier, is I could have sat with the hood up on the fender, and I could have throttled it, and you would have drove. And I tell you what, we would have done that before I was whacking. This thing's a cool little truck here. Nice little drive. All right, well, let's roll this thing in and see if we can fix that. I thought the Leatherman was gonna be able to do it, but just couldn't get that last little oomph in the Allen key. I did poke the heck out of my thumb there, but oh, the neighbor's out there. Well, got the wave. He understands. He's like, "Is that thing got a Predator on it?" It sure does. Well, I will say, so I didn't think this right here should be the absolute definition of can you idle a Predator around? Yeah, it got us home. Pull a U-turn, we'll drive right in the garage. Gentle, 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 gentle. Oh, we're running out of speed.
Oh, we gotta go uphill.
It'll do it. I'll pull her in low. Oh yeah, we're good. Look at that. Perfect. Wasn't even that bad. Luckily, we left the door up and the heater on. Well, hey, of all the ways to throttle to stick, it was the cable, not the carburetor wide open, so we can get that fixed. And honestly, we might just leave this on here for a couple days and kind of mess around with it. That's kind of fun. Especially put that video out somewhat quickly. Yeah. One Allen key, that's all we needed. But I will fix that later. So there you have it. Can you drive a Predator on the street? Clearly, yes. If you want to see us driving it more, I'll spend more time on it and mess around, maybe make it a little bit more reliable or something like that. But I mean, it works. I'm shocked there was zero. You know what's nice about this is I don't know if there's a way to adjust the mixture or the idle or any of those things, but this is how I would put a carburetor on and make it happen anyways. So we'll get that throttle figured out. We could make a different fuel line. That's a little hokey poke, but honestly, it just worked. And back to this Supercharger. Show it one more time, Danny. Was it the 2100R or something like that? 2.1 liter Whipple screw blower. Bolt on top of your intake manifold and put a carburetor on top. I don't know. It's neat. If you think it'll make any power, if you want to see more of it, let me know. And again, let John and Cecil know, because they're the real ones. Because I'm not paying dyno rate by the hour for something stupid like this. But I would like to put this on something, and I'm thinking it might go on that, with that motor. That'd be kind of neat. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. A kind of a little run down memory lane or of hot rod past, whatever you want to call it. I'll see you on the next one. Check out Danielle's merchandise. We have Predator carburetors to buy, and I think John's going to stand on them. He's not just going to give us nothing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.